Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. So today we are going to discuss about atomic number and mass number. So let's see what is atomic number. Atomic number. So by this name you must have understood that it deals with two things. It is atoms and the number tells us the position of atoms in the periodic table. So this is the periodic table. There are total 118 man-made elements in the periodic table. The first element is the hydrogen and the second element is helium, the third lithium, beryllium, boron and so on. And all these elements are positioned based upon the number of protons.
And what are protons? The protons are the positively charged ones, then the neutrons are the neutrally charged ones, and the electrons are the negatively charged ones. You have to remember that protons and neutrons reside, that means they stay inside the nucleus, whereas the electrons, they revolve around the nucleus in specific orbits, or you can also call them as shells. So that's the thing. Now atomic number. So by now you should understand that atomic number is the number of protons. So how many protons does hydrogen have? How many protons does helium have? How many does lithium have, beryllium have, boron have, carbon or nitrogen have? All this we'll be discussing now. Hydrogen, the first position, it has 1 proton, helium 2 protons, lithium 5 protons, carbon 6 protons, nitrogen 7 protons. That means all this, for example, nitrogen's atom, in an atom of nitrogen, inside the nucleus there are 7 protons, whereas carbon 6 protons are there. So the number of protons is equal to the atomic number, and atomic number you have to remember it is denoted by Z, capital Z. It is denoted by capital Z. Atomic number is denoted by capital Z. So that's all you have to know about atomic number. And Z value is 1, that means it is hydrogen, and Z value is 2, that means it is helium, and Z value is 3, that means it is lithium, and the list goes on like that. So that is what the basic thing you have to learn about the atomic number. So now let's see what is mass number, the second topic in our today's video. So by now you must understand that the total number of protons present inside the nucleus of an atom, I repeat again, total number of protons that are present inside the nucleus of an atom gives us the atomic number. So by now you should understand that there is a relation between the number of protons and the atomic number. Direct relation is there. So now let's see about mass number. Atomic number and mass number. So now let's learn what is mass number. Mass number is the total number of protons and neutrons. That means both combined, protons and neutrons. The total number of protons and neutrons present together in the nucleus of an atom. In the nucleus of an atom is called mass number. Now you may ask me, okay, the protons, the number of protons is equal to the atomic number. Now what? They have included also the number of neutrons. See, the number of neutrons and protons means both reside inside the nucleus only. The nucleus is positively charged, whereas the electrons is negatively charged. So neutrons and protons combined together gives us the mass number. What is mass? Like in an atom, most of the mass is concentrated, 99% of the mass inside the nucleus only. The electrons do not contribute nothing at all, very little amount to the mass only. So mostly you have to concentrate, mass means you have to concentrate about neutrons and protons only, but not the electrons. It is very negligible. So that's the thing about protons and neutrons combining together, which gives us the mass number. And if you ask me what is the mass number of carbon, 6 protons and 6 neutrons gives us 14, and mass number should be denoted by U, so 14U. Nitrogen is N, capital N, 7 protons and 7 neutrons. You must have got a doubt that what the number of protons and neutrons are always equal, whether they are always equal or not, but not actually always equal. If they are equal also, there are other types also, like isotopes. That's why you say isotopes. What are isotopes? The different like variations of one single atom. If this has 6 protons and 6 neutrons, then the other two will have 6 protons and 8 neutrons. Another one will have 6 protons and 7 neutrons. But all these are having 6 protons. So they all belong to the same element, carbon only. But these three are isotopes of the carbon. So any isotopes, they should have the same atomic number but different mass number. And mass number different means then only you should understand that the number of neutrons are different but not the protons. Protons, if they are different, then it goes to the some other element. If one element's proton is 7 protons are there, and in another element 5 protons are there. 5 protons means boron and 7 protons means nitrogen. Then the whole element changes. But when neutrons changes, the element won't change. Number of protons remains same. But if the number of neutrons change, so that is when isotopes come into play. So that's all about mass numbers. So mass number, you have to understand that it's number of protons and neutrons together. Nitrogen 7. Why I have written 7 here, 6 and 6? Because carbon, it has 6 protons. 6th position in the periodic table. 7th position in the periodic table. 6th position in the periodic table. What is 5th position? 5th position is boron. 4th position beryllium. 3rd position lithium. 2nd position helium. Helium is a noble gas. In the last class I have told you. And 1st position is hydrogen. So those two topics I have explained you basic things about these two topics, and let's see how do we write the notation of an element, like about its atomic number and mass number. So let's see notation. So in the notations, if there is carbon, atomic number should be written down and mass number should be written up. That is a rule. And also you should not write it like this actually. You should write it a little bit left. Both the sides left, little bit left to the letter, so that this stands out. It should be like this, like a triangle. Not a rule, just I am saying you cannot write like this. This is not the right way to write actually. This is the right way. 12C6. You can remember by writing a triangle to it. If you get an exact triangle, that means you have written it in a nice way. So this is my method actually. It's not there in the textbook, but generally I am saying it's like a trick to you. So that's what is notation. The mass number. How do we get mass number? If you add up the protons and neutrons, you get the mass number. How do we get the number of protons? By the position of the element in the periodic table. What is the position? That many number of protons will be there. 6th position, 6 number of protons. 5th position, 5 protons. 4th position, 4 protons. So this is atomic number. And this is mass number. So that's how you have to write the notations. So that's all for today's class. And let's see some questions, so that if you solve the questions, you will be knowing exactly how much do you really know. So let's solve some questions. If number of electrons in an atom is 8 and number of protons is also 8, then what is the atomic number of the atom? As you all know, number of protons is equal to the atomic number. Here in this question he said that the electrons are 8 and the protons are 8. Then what is the atomic number? If protons are 8, then the atomic number also should be 8, because atomic number is what? Is equal to the number of protons. So there is no need of writing about the electrons actually. When calculating about the number of protons and atomic number, there is a direct relation. So you will not need to know about this number of electrons. And it's also asked what is the charge on the atom. Since there are 8 protons and 8 electrons, protons are positively charged and electrons are negatively charged. they cancel out each other and gives us the net charge as 0. So that's all for the first question. And coming to the second question, find out the mass number of oxygen and sulfur atom. Oxygen is 8, sulfur is 16. Sulfur is 16. Mass number of oxygen, number of protons plus number of neutrons. 8th position, so 8 number of protons and same neutrons. 16 is the mass number. And sulfur, 16th position, so 16 protons and 16 neutrons. 32U is the mass number of sulfur and 16U is the mass number of the oxygen. So that's all for today's class. If you like my video, please write down in the comment section down below that you have understood and liked the video. And if you think my video is helpful, please share it to your friends. And also please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. In the next class, I'll meet you all with the isotopes concept. And also don't forget to get your free notes of this topic in the description down below. Thank you very much.